In the struggle against apartheid, some white South Africans did stand on the right side of history. They exposed the regime's crimes. They took risks, and some of them were seriously injured, some were sent to prison, some were exiled, and others were even killed for their activism. But history is cruel. It does not reward those who fail to adapt. And today, the political ideals of these activists who once fought for a non-racial South Africa, a South Africa where we all hold hands and sing Kumbaya, is now outdated. Not because it was a bad dream, not because it was the dream of the people who wanted to implement it, but because it was never the dream of the people who suffered most. Let's give credit where it's due. People like Joe Slovo, Ruth First, and even Helen Zille played a huge role in activism and fighting against the struggle. They were committed, and for a brief moment in the early days of democracy, their vision for a united Rainbow Nation South Africa seemed to be the vision that was the one to be. For 30 years, South Africa has been ruled by the ANC. Despite corruption, despite failures, despite mismanagement and our crumbling economy and infrastructure, the DA and white liberals have failed to capture the attention and the vote of the masses. And why is that? It's not because they're white. It's not because their ancestors were on the wrong side of history and involved in crimes against humanity, but because they do not know what the struggle is really about. And the reality is, today, the majority of South Africans, which is black, don't care about non-racialism. They don't care about holding hands and singing Kumbaya. The majority of South Africans have been enlightened to come to realize that politics is about power. The majority of South Africans want land, they want representation, and they want what is rightfully theirs. This does not mean that there is no place for white South Africans. Nelson Mandela once said that South Africa is for all who live in it. And of course, I agree. The fact is, white South Africans need to wake up. They need to start resonating, and they need to start speaking the language that Africans understand. Not about policy, but about pain, not about good governance, but about history. Politics is about power, and understanding it is very important to creating a different future than the one we had yesterday. Because at the end of the day, it's a reality that those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Maybe not in the exact same way, but surely they are doomed to repeat it.